Hello. All right. Apparently, it's flooded in KL right now, and it's jam everywhere. So, I've decided to hide in the office instead of braving the jam. So I thought I'd do a quick sharing session. Yeah, busy day today because it's almost closing. Yeah, I got Ikwan here so. Ikwan, say hi.
Hey.
What's up? So I wanted to talk about something that actually a couple of friends have asked me about lah. It's a lot of people come and talk to me when they don't feel good, when they feel like they're sick. So the other day, like just hanging out a bunch of us, and someone was saying to me, "Hey, Iki, I don't feel so good recently. I think something's wrong with me. Can we sit down and talk about insurance?" Because he doesn't have any, right? So of course, like, we made fun of him. Like, it's funny because it doesn't happen immediately like that, and typically people look for this stuff when things go wrong. So I wanted to talk a little bit about whether your insurance can cover you immediately. So we have this thing called the waiting period, and waiting period is from the point that you take on the policy. So when you apply for, let's say, medical card, right? You apply for a medical card, and once that's approved, there's this period that you have to wait before you can start using your coverage. So there's a couple of waiting periods to keep in mind lah. But the common ones that we talk about is the 120 days. So 120 days, treatments and surgery due to specified illnesses is not covered. So say that you take on a policy right now, and from today it's approved, then it's already settled, and 2 months later you are diagnosed with cancer. So you will not be covered for that sickness because you have not gone through the waiting period. The reason for this is very simple, because insurance is a business, right? So they are protecting people. They are willing to pay on a risk basis because they need to assess the risk, the probability of people getting sick and all that. So if they are going to pay out for something that is a surefire, sure confirm must pay, the company will of course lose money. So you need to have to make sure that all the people who apply are genuine cases. So if someone, let's say, gets diagnosed with cancer, it's not something that happens like suddenly, rapidly, you're lying down in bed and you're sick. It's something that you can still hold on, you can still relax and kind of like live with it. So if someone's diagnosed today, for some reason they find out, and then they apply for an insurance policy tomorrow, and then like a couple months later, it's like, oh, okay, wow, I have cancer, now I'll go to the hospital and pay. It's not fair for the insurance company. So that's why these waiting periods are there, to ensure that the cases that come in is all genuine. So there's a few waiting periods. Things like that you cannot possibly wait. For example, an accident, right? You take on a policy, a week later you get into a car crash, and then suddenly you need to get operated on. So that one is covered because there's no way that you could have predicted having into an accident. But things like illnesses, like even fever, it will take at least a couple of months before you are covered and you get into the hospital and covered for that purpose, because that's something that you could have held on to. So the common ones people talk about is 120 days. But the other one that people don't talk about is the 2 years incontestable clause. So even after 120 days, if you take on a policy, the company has the right to investigate, because some sickness, even after 4 months, is still very short. Things like appendicitis, things like hernia, these are the things that even though you have hernia, you can live with it, you can kind of like sleep a certain way or something, then live with it for a couple of months. So it could still be something that you took before. So even after 4 months, 5 months, the company can still say, all right, fine, you pay first, and then we will investigate. Should this case be genuine, then we will reimburse you back. So it's still not very safe. So the 2 years incontestable clause is where the company says that after 2 years, we will not contest the things that you come and claim for, because 2 years is a long time. So if you have anything, it's kind of difficult to hold on for 2 years. So that's the safest period. If you want to be secure, you want to feel secure and go in without having to pay first, without having to worry whether you can fork out the 10, 15,000 required for your surgery, you need to have a policy active for at least 2 years. So that is why it's something that you have to take beforehand. It's not like a machine where, when it's broken down and you buy. It's something that you have to plan forward. So since we don't know it's better to take early on and ensure that if you were to need it, you won't have to fork out any money. So those are the two periods that you have to remember. When you take a policy, it's 120 days, and the next safest target that we want to wait for is 2 years. So after 2 years, you shouldn't have to worry very much lah. So that's why there's the urgency. I hope that the jam subsides very soon. Can have a quick bite. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. So have a great evening and see you soon. Bye.